Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping back into this. I don't know why I'm doing this. We're hopping back into the Kid Forest. Now, we've got a new team comp. This time, we are running a V2 Snakeman team. So, for this video, especially, I limit broke key my Luffy, and I got him rainbowed. I had to do it. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and I just thought, you know what? He's such a good legend. He's going to be a good legend for a very long time. And I've got so many of those blue tickets that I thought I'd just buy a whole bunch of limit break materials and limit break max him. He's going to be a character I'm going to use for a very long time. So thought, hey, why not? So he's the leader of this team. We are rocking basically just a support. We're using Sanji for extra attack. Any stat booster will work there. But yeah, this Luffy is incredible. He just decimates Kid at the end, as you guys probably already know. At 5 times multiplier with the red orb is just insane. Next, we have old, reliable Vivi Becca. Now, Vivi Becca is actually replaceable on this team. You can replace her with Don Krieg and Jin. They would work actually quite well, as they can remove the defense up. The only downside to that is you are relying a little bit more on RNG with meat orbs, as you don't have their switch ability to sort of save you from dying. The extra heal is just really, really nice. But in saying that, you can get it done with Krieg and Jin, as they can remove the defense up by 5 turns as well as giving you a 2 times orb boost, which is pretty good. So yeah, if you don't have Vivi Becca, try them out. They can work quite well. But if you have Vivi Becca, I would use them. They're just a lot safer, make the run a lot smoother. We have just an attack, just a stat booster on them as well. Next, we have Invin Clay. This is just the best rare recruit. Honestly, like, I would argue this is just the best rare recruit in the game. Like, when it comes to garbage challenges and hard content, they just make it easy. Like, not easy, but like, just they make hard situations just so much more bearable. Their utility is amazing. Their switch ability is incredible. They're a healer. It's just so good for long content and hard content. So again, we're rocking just a random stat booster. Next, we have Usohachi. Now, Usohachi's really, really good for this forest, because he handles the killer stage really, really well, and then he has cooldown too to make life a little bit quicker and easier as well. So that's always fun. Any character that gives cooldown as well as doing amazing utility is always good. He helps out a little bit on the King stage, but nothing like too drastic. Finally, we have Mihawk Perona. Now, Mihawk Perona is also replaceable on this team with someone like Sabo Koala. Can't really think of too many other units that's probably good to replace this unit with. Any unit that might, I don't know, that does like a block or like rotator and is a red unit and is really good. The only other one I can think of is Sabo Koala. Now, if you do bring Sabo Koala, you can use Luffy's super typing earlier. You'd have to save it for the end like I did. But using these guys also helps with stalling, as their switch ability is just freaking awesome, man. The 1,500 healing goes way unnoticed. Like, that on top of Vivi Becca's heal, or the Invincos heal, it's just that nice injection of HP. Plus, they give themselves a matching orb, which is really, really strong. As the strength orb is a 5 times multiplier. But they can be replaced with Sabo Koala in saying that. Now, if you do bring Don Krieg and Jin as a replacement on this team, you need to make sure that you bring Zoro as the support. But the support that I'm bringing on this team is actually this Kuma. Now, I don't think this Kuma is like essential, to be honest. He just sort of helps out against King, as I can use Usohachi special just to get that extra damage, but definitely not essential. You could probably just run like a generic stat booster as well. So this team did it fairly well, and yeah, if you guys have these units, let me know how your run went. But in saying that, let's check out mine. Alright guys, so here we are in the Kid Forest now. So we're rocking the double Snakeman team, and we are here at the stage 11 against Apu. Now, Apu is going to paralyze us and lock our orbs for 1 turn. So we're going to use Invinclaw to remove the paralysis. Now, Invinclaw is just incredible for this forest. Their switch ability is stupidly strong for getting around majority of the debuffs. And the fact that they can just give you a massive healing, especially on this team, just helps out so damn much. This team has so much recovery, so that healing is just so ridiculously good. It just works really, really well. If you have Invinclaw, find a way to get him on the team. Because Invinclaw, they're probably the best unit to bring for any type of forest, to be honest. Alright, so stage 12, we have Beej, Grotty, and what's the other one's name? Verdo or something like that. They're a pain in the butt. We're going to use a gear for Snakeman special here, just so we can make sure we kill Beej, and we can take out Grotty in the back as well. Make sure you take out Beej. Killing Beej is very, very important. Don't worry about the threshold. Don't worry about the rainbow shield. Just use a solid special and just try and do as much damage as you can to burst through it, as it's not that big of a reduction. Alright, on to stage 13, we are up against Rogue. Rogue is just going to get absolutely clapped. The main thing about this team is we're rocking basically a mono red team, obviously with dual units. But in saying that, like, Vivi Rebecca is very replaceable with Krieg and Jin, and Mihawk Perona is very replaceable with Saber Koala. So putting both, like, either of those on the team, you still have a mono red team, and any Dex, like, enemy just gets absolutely clapped. At stage 4, we have the Fire Breather and the weird Pitchfork Mantis looking dude. We're actually going to stall on the Pitchfork dude this time. Now, on my Shanks Crew video, we actually stalled on the Fire Breather. But in this particular run, we're actually going to stall out on the Int guy. So that's why we sort of spammed our specials like before we got to this stage, because we don't need them. They're all going to get reversed back to 0. Unfortunately, as we keep him alive for the first like 4 turns or whatever it is. Now, we got very, very unlucky with orb rolls on the rest of our characters, but the idea of this is to have Vivi Becca and be in the Dex variation of Vivi Becca. So you get the red unmatching orb, and then you can switch with Mihawk and Perona to get that other red orb there. And then with that, we are just going to stall for a bit. So I've sped this up a little bit for you guys, so you don't have to sit through all of the stalling. But basically, we're just going to use this guy here, using our switch abilities of Mihawk and Vivi Becca for healing, and then using Invinclaw for the damage reduction. Any meat orb we get as well, so we're trying to like get meat orbs as well. Any meat orb we get is going to give us significant healing. This team has so much healing with meat orbs that it's actually ridiculous. It's something like 6,000 with a meat orb, which is just crazy good. Really, really good. Once Usopp's special is down to like 2 charges, that's when you can move on to the next stage. I was just playing it safe and managed to get myself a meat orb, so I thought I would stall out the extra turn. Stage 15 now, we are against Killer. Now, Killer has the 1 special only debuff, so we're actually going to use our Usahachi special. Usahachi is just incredible for this stage. He removes the Rainbow Shield, as well as delaying Killer for 2 turns. Now, Killer can be delayed here, which is just great, because it means that we can just pump out so much damage without needing to use any other special, because we can just use the switch abilities of Mihawk and Perona, as well as Vivi Becca, to reduce his defense by 20%, and to give us a 2.5 times chain lock every single turn. We don't even need to switch with Invinclaw. We are sort of just hanging on to him in his yellow state, so that we can just get that little bit of extra damage on Killer. We are going to match him back up with the red units on the switch rotation, though, when we leave the Killer stage. Alright, stage 16, we have Big Mom. Big Mom's a pain in the ass, to be honest. So, thing is here, we do need our Invinclaw special, so we need to make sure that Even Clay doesn't get binded, so we can use their special to remove the 5 turns of bind that get inflicted to our 2 random units. With that, we can switch with Mihawk Perona. We can use the Mihawk Perona special to give us a full board of orbs. We can switch with VV Becker for the chain lock. Very, very important here, actually, if you don't have VV Becker and you're using Don Krieg and Jin to have the support of V1 6+ Zoro Legend on Mihawk Perona for the 2.5 times chain lock there. Just basically essential to have that. We also use the Snakeman special, just blast through that stage. On to the next stage against Basil Hawkins, Page 1 and X-Drake. We're actually going to use the super type here as we can't use attack boosters. So we can use the super type of our Snakeman though, as super types don't trigger interrupts. So cheeky little way of getting around that there is to use the super type of Luffy. And then we can use the special of VV Becker and Luffy to remove the defense up, as well as give us a 2.5 times orb boost. We have the no special effects debuff, which kind of sucks, but this rendition just has so much damage against Dex units that we can sort of just get around it. We are going to stall it out though on X-Drake here. We're going to take that extra turn as well, just so we can get our cooldowns a little bit quicker. Basically from here we are safe as long as we don't stuff up the King stage, as we can just almost infinitely stall on Kaido depending on our orb rotations. Well, not infinitely stall, but just stall easily to get our specials. Alright, stage 18 we come up against King. Now King puts up 4 turns of Rainbow Shield, 3 turns of Rainbow Shield and Threshold, and despairs us. So we have Kuma on our Mihawk Perona there to remove the despair. It's just a super handy little support. Not essential, but it's definitely handy. Alright, every single turn, King is going to put up a random color. He's not going to put up a random color. He's going to put up a color barrier and make that color not matching. But it goes in a cycle of quick, int, dex, strength, psi. What we're going to do is we're basically going to stall on King here until the psi variation, and make sure that we have our psi Ivankov and Perona out, so we can get a yellow orb on them. Any orb that we get along the way though, just to put some extra damage into King, is going to be just nice and handy. But we're basically going to abuse the ability of Snakeman giving us a full battle of orbs and actually having yellow units to get through the end there. We lose our ship ability, so we do want to basically stall out on King here just to get that back, and to get our cooldowns as well. After those 6 turns or whatever it is, after the orb barrier, that psi orb barrier, King's going to blow away pretty much your entire crew and your friend captain, so you're just sort of stuck with just your captain, which is just GG at that point. So make sure you kill him before then, or make sure that you kill him on that last turn. As you guys can see there, you can just put in some damage against King as well. He doesn't have too many other shenanigans, as his whole gimmick is that whole barrier. Alright, so now that we have the strength barrier up, we want to make sure that we are in our all in our strength characters, so we can switch into our psi units on the next turn. We do have a lot of strength orbs, so we can put out some free damage against King as well. Doesn't really matter though, because with Snakeman special, we just do so much to King that it's not even funny. Any Dex boss, as I mentioned, is just absolutely clapped with this team. Alright, so now that we've got our psi orb debuff, we are going to make sure that we are in our non-strength units. So we're going to switch into VV, Perona, and Ivankov. And then we're going to use our Snakeman special to give us a full board of orbs. And unfortunately, that means that Perona and Ivankov aren't going to get the matching orb. Well, they are, but they aren't. But it means that we can just eat King. Alright, on to the big dog versing Kaido now. Kaido's a little bit finicky, but he's not overly hard. He kind of does his big dragon tail attack every single turn, and it does around 10k with Ivankov or Ivanklay's damage reduction. So we are going to use the switch abilities of VV Becker here and Mihawk Perona to sort of just stall out the shots that he is inflicting on us. Now, I should have used Ivanklay's special pretty much here. Well, you want to use that as soon as possible, but I totally just spaced and just forgot, to be honest. So I stalled a little bit more than that was necessary on this particular stage. As soon as the Luffy the Luffy special cooldown is at like 2, I think, you can move into the next stage. You can also use Uso Hachi to give you cooldown as well. That can make it a little bit easier as well. Ivanklay gives you 5 turns of like 14k healing, so you basically just get 5 free turns against Kaido, as your healing is more than the damage he does. And if you switch with Mihawk Perona, it's like 15k, so it's like every 2 turns is like 3 turns for Kaido. So that's what I meant before, when you can just basically stall, not infinitely, but you stall more than enough, then you need to get your specials down. Alright, so we use the Ivankov special here. I sort of stuffed up. That's why you saw that little sort of intervention thing, where like transition. I accidentally switched with VV Becker before I used the Ivankov special, or Ivanklay special. Make sure you are always checking that when you have dual units on the team, because it can get a bit fiddly with dual units, as dual unit switches and character special abilities can clash. As you guys can see there, we're getting around 11k healing from Ivankov, or Ivanklay, and then with the switch ability of Mihawk Perona, we get about 1,500 as well. So we're sitting around 11k, and then after Kaido's hit, we're sitting at 12.5. So Kaido's not actually doing any damage to us at all, so we can just sit here and make sure we get our specials back. Now, I did want to stall out the burn. Now, that burn is around 25k if you get hit by that. So, make sure you don't get hit by that. I did want to stall it out before we got to the kid stage. So, once that hits 2 turns, 2 timer counts, I am going to move on. Make sure that you are in your Perona, VV, and Ivankov state before you move into the kid fight, as you do want to switch into your red units. Alright, so we're going to use the Snakeman special here, and we are going to take out Kaido with just greats. Again, remember, you do have that burn. It will kill you. Alright, so finally we move on to Kid. Now, against Kid, we're going to use the switch ability of Mihawk Perona to give us the condition, and then we're going to use their special to give us a full board of orbs, as well as a 2 times conditional boost. Then we have the super type of Luffy, the switch ability of VV Becker, and the special of Luffy to give us a 2 times color, 2.5 times chain lock, a 2 times attack boost, and a 2.5 times color affinity. And with that, we can just devour Kid. Just ridiculous. Like, I think I attack with 3 units and I hit goods. It's stupid, but let's look at this beautiful special. Black Mamba! Such a beautiful special. Boom. We have a full board of orbs now, and with all strength units that all have super type, Kid is just gone. See you later, Kid. 24 million just with the last Luffy hit. Ridiculous. So there you guys go. That was my second team against the Kid Forest. So hope you guys helped you guys out at all. If you had any of these units, let me know in the comment section below. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit the big rest. So I got cut off. So I thought I'd just go level up ship just to finish off the video here. And all I wanted to say was just that if you guys did enjoy this one, if this team helped you guys out at all, if you're feeling stumped, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content that I post, and you're not already subscribed, hit that big red subscribe button. Guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. I want to say a big thank you for watching, and I want to say thank you for all of the love and support you guys have showed the channel recently. It hasn't gone unnoticed, and I really, really appreciate it. In saying that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Lights! Hey, that worked.